What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ride or Die Canines. This is Joe, and I wanted to talk about the other strain of Hurricane Bloodline. We talked last time in part 1 about what I called the Hollywood strain, and the fact that it carries a more protective instinct and a higher defense drive. And we really need to be careful when breeding these kinds of dogs, because if you breed a dog like that to another dog with the same type of drive, you are going to have a disaster on your hands. And that's why it's very important to understand the pedigrees, understand the mentality of the dogs when you're breeding them, not just breeding for looks. But today, I want to talk about Royce's pedigree a little bit. He comes off of Nero and Kira, which is actually Hollywood's mom, but bred differently, because Hollywood was off of Bugatti, which overall is a gray line, Gotti line dog. And gray line really had a huge influence in Gotti line, by the way. But so he's off of Nero and Kira. Kira is a Goodfella dog, heavy Goodfella, got some Sierra in her background, Gooden's Auger. And then Nero is a Razor's Edge bred dog who's off of Sick With It Pitts Peanut. If you look back even further into pedigree, you got Paco off of Marco Suarez yard. And the dog's just bred a lot more mellow, a lot more that, I just want to hang out, show my dog off, but know that he's going to be extremely lovable, sweet to everyone he encounters, any animals he encounters, old people, children, special needs. Anything he comes in contact with, he just loves it to death. And that's the difference, where one I take out and he's highly alert and hypervigilant to his surroundings, always assessing for threats, and one that every time I bring him out, he's always assessing to see who he can kiss next. Big difference. And I want people to understand there's 3 types of drive in a dog. You got prey drive, pack drive, and defense drive. You got a dog with a high prey drive, moderate to high prey drive. That doesn't mean animal aggression. That means this is how much effort the dog's going to put into chasing a ball, training, going on a run with you, learning new tricks. So you want that to be higher. You don't want it to be too low, because then the dog will not be interested in anything. You don't want it to be too high, because yes, that can lead to different forms of animal aggression and whatnot. So you got to have it completely balanced out. Pack drive, you want this to be on the lower side, because you don't want a dominant dog that thinks it runs your pack, your household. So if you have a dog with too high of a pack drive, somebody comes to the door, the dog thinks, I'm in charge of this pack. That's a potential threat. I need to go take care of that. That's where you get your dogs going crazy every time someone comes over to say hello. They're boo, 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 barking at the door, trying to kill whoever's on the other side. So you want that lower, so your dog, you got a friend coming over. Dog's like, hey, what's up? Not really paying attention. Defense drive, you want on the very, very lower end. That's how much effort is the dog going to put into defending itself. Well, if you have a dog with a high defense drive and it's sleeping and you come up and step on its paw, you're going to get bit because you startled the dog. You take it out in public and nobody can, come across you. No animals can come across you. No nothing, because this dog's going to lash out and try and kill everything. Now, if you have a dog with a higher defense drive that you can control, and you understand that it's a stable mindset, you decide you're going to breed a dog like that, you need to breed it to a dog with a very, very, very low defense drive to balance that out. And that's where a lot of this stuff gets complicated for people who think they can just jump into breeding dogs. because a lot of this stuff carries down into the pups. So if I took a dog like Prince with a high defense drive and I bred him to another dog with a high defense drive, I could not sell these puppies to a family, look them in the eye and say, your dog's going to be great with everything. Because in the back of my mind, I know, when this dog hits 9 or 10 months old, it's going to be out of control. Kids can't go near it. Nobody can go near it. The defense drive's just through the roof. It's thinking everything's coming to get it. So when you breed these dogs, or you get a dog from me, understand that you're going to be getting a dog with a high prey drive, moderate to high prey drive. You're going to be getting a low pack drive, and you're getting a medium to low defense drive, depending on if you go Hollywood or Royce strain. If you're getting a Hollywood strain, you're going to get a dog with a little bit higher defense drive, but that's what you're getting, because that's what you're essentially asking for when you want a dog off of him. You want a dog that's going to do more to protect you and be a lot more aware of its surroundings. You want a dog like Royce, you have almost no defense drive. But at the same time, he won't back down either. If it comes down to it and this dog is faced with an actual threat, he will defend himself and stand his ground. But he's never going to be the aggressor. Hope I cleared a little bit of this up for you guys, and I just want people to really understand that when we're breeding these Hurricane bloodline dogs, we're not just doing it for looks. These dogs are beautiful. They have the head that the American Bully's supposed to have. They have the shoulders that the American Bully's supposed to have. They have the chest, the colors. All that's always going to be there. What we're focused on is the way the dog thinks, acts, and the health. So if you guys have any more questions, anything I may not have covered, go ahead and give me a call or text at 440-231-2334. All right. Thanks. Have a good one. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Ride or Die Canines. This is Joe, and I wanted to talk about the other strain of Hurricane bloodline. We talked last time in part 1 about what I called the Hollywood strain, and the fact that it carries a more protective instinct and a higher defense drive. And we really need to be careful when breeding these kinds of dogs, because if you breed a dog like that to another dog with the same type of drive, you are going to have a disaster on your hands.